his fingertips, which aimlessly clutch the air. Searching the chapel of his stained glass heart, he finds only darkness. Colors have faded to bed with the sunlight tucked and turned away by each night. Wandering the bell tower of his soul, the remembered ringing is rusted silent of chime. Ghosts of dead doves flap and flee, leaving their motionless bodies to the hunger of decay. His solemn spirit drifts up to the abandoned altar where he surrenders to the tomb of eternity, and the marble is so cold.
Enough of this sadness already. Little respect for the dead, someone said. Little respect for the dead. Well, little respect do the dead get from me. I admit it, I don't like dead people. Dead people are thoughtless, inconsiderate, and they have no sense of humor. They make poor company. Truly, as far as companions go, dead people absolutely stink. They won't lift a finger to help you, and confidentially, they aren't very bright either. I could go on and on about the dead, but I won't, out of respect.
After death, you may come back as something else, maybe an anteater.
What it is we do. The anteater doesn't give a damn who is watching it. It doesn't look anybody's way. It only stays focused on its objective, eating ants. It looks rather goofy with its long nose, sweeping the ground like a vacuum cleaner, and I wonder how many ants must it take to fill its rather long belly. I think that sometimes when we want something, we humans don't give a damn either. The things that makes us different from our wild friends, like compassion, sensitivity, and the right thing to do, are as empty as the anteater's belly. How much does it take to fulfill us?
Missy, how much does it take to fulfill a cat? Linus and Casper are two of Missy's well-fed pets.
Linus had been the queen of the house, with no subjects until Casper came home. Bared his belly to Linus, meowing his greeting beneath her outraged eyes. Casper looks to me for help. I scoop him up in a hug, coo to him that soon his affection will be returned. Of course, Linus. His continued cries tug at my heart, and I wonder how Linus came to be more stubborn than me. The bedroom door opens, and Casper steps over the threshold. Linus bares her ugly, ferocious fangs. He lays down at her feet, meows steadily to her ferocious, menacing growls. I grab a bag of treats, kneel down between them, then we break bread in the howl. Treat after treat goes to each of them. Silently they gobble up each morsel. I am thankful for this tiny bit of peace.
Mike doesn't have a cat or an anteater. He does have a dog, sort of.
Like Missy, I don't have a real dog. And I didn't really want a real pet. What I did want was to become a ventriloquist. But I was never able to get the hang of talking without moving my lips. You know, I'm a poet, and a poet moves his lips when he's reading, when he's writing, when he's thinking, and he certainly can't stop moving them when he's talking. So I was a frustrated ventriloquist for many years until I read the definitive volume on the subject. I read Ventriloquism for Dummies. Now this book didn't help me in the sense that any of the text was any good, but there was an ad in the book, on the back page, for this device that renders lip movement utterly undetectable. And for just $29.95, plus handling and shipping, I bought the device, and I have it with me today. Test Testing, 1, 2, 3. Anybody see my lips move?
Perfect.
Ah, it works all every time. And now my friend Sniffy can speak to you. Pay no attention to that man inside the bag. And don't waste my time teaching me to shake paws. What satisfaction is there in that? Some best friends you humans turn out to be. You go around complaining life stinks when you have no idea what it smells like. You never return my sniffs. You give me an unwelcome look and shoo my nose away from your crotch. I'm not being impolite. It's just a protocol you don't get because you're too busy with your nose in the air where it doesn't belong, where all it's likely to smell is that flatulence you blame on me, when I know exactly where it's coming from. Well, pardon me if I don't want to shake paws, and since you refuse to return my sniffs, maybe I'll just keep my nose in my own business.
While we got our noses in the business.
Fart. Expelling gas bubbles at a formal holiday meal or a large office function at the exact moment of complete silence when the acoustics are clear and little doubt remains on the origin of the sound. Trying to compress the smell and the sound is never possible. The giddy giggles bottled up from years of being shushed in libraries, the libraries of childhood, struggles to the surface as one hand clamps over the mouth, then the other, fights to keep the laughter within. Suddenly another bubble, then two escapes, crackling slightly louder as if the body has been invaded by enemy forces. Intent on total embarrassment, humiliation, crimson creeps up the cheeks to the forehead like a scarlet banding that will last for the entire event. Vapor enters the close air, heads turn pretending not to smell it, noses cupped in hands or faces, smiles on neighboring faces crop up. Soon all are smiling, pushing the chair out. Of course it scrapes, drawing more attention to the person of the hour, leaving for the bathroom until they all focus on a new topic of conversation. If only the ground would open up.
By overwhelming popular demand, here are our signature poems.
And wasn't that Missy's signature poem?
One
I
of
think
them.
that's the triple player signature.
Yeah, that's one of them.
The eternal poker game. There's one famous game of 5-card draw that everyone witnessed, but nobody saw. Round the table, 5 players sat, hauntingly still. Fate, chance, and justice, and chaos, and will. Chance was the dealer. Justice went first. They played their hands almost as if they rehearsed. Justice took 2 cards, then Will took 2 more. Chance shrugged and took 3. Chaos took 4. And when his turn came, Fate impassively sat, though he said determinedly, "I'll stand pat." Will folded quickly, then Chaos gave in. Chance, Fate, and Justice all went for the win. None of them would admit hope for victory was gone, and so the 3 sat with their game faces on until the time came as the second hand swept to reveal the 5 cards those 3 players had kept. Chance had 3 sevens, Justice a straight. All of the focus now fell upon Fate. Over the game room there settled a hush. Then Fate flashed a smile, and his hand, royal flush. They sit every day and they play their old game. Each time the contest results are the same. Chance always deals, justice always begins. Will always folds first, and fate always wins.
That's my favorite poem. Who do I see, but what do I care? Avon doesn't have all the answers to my beauty dilemmas, nor does Betty Crocker possess the secret to my success as a cook. Oprah can't give me the formula that shot her to stardom, and Stephen King can't even give me the equation to the fast book. Maybe my whites aren't as white as they can be. Maybe my choice in men can't be called non-gidgetary. Maybe my finances aren't as well managed as Mr. Drysdale's bank handles its customers. Maybe there are enough dust bunnies under my bed to start a warren. Perhaps I should get more organized, more focused on point. But I am for real, you betcha. And I make mistakes, send things to the wrong address, snail mail or email. It doesn't matter. Yet nobody gets hurt, no lives are destroyed, nobody dies. Importance given to the wrong things is importance dangerously misplaced. No points are issued for overtime and accuracy at the end of your life. So live and just be.
4 a.m. commercial. This is for Peter. Now he likes this poem. K-Tel presents Steve Delia's greatest hits. That's right. Now you can have all these poems in one incredible package. These are the poems that never made it. The sign of a true artist. Obscurity. So forget Ginsberg. He made too much money anyway. These are the poems that kept Delia poor. Yes, all your favorites are here. So obscure, we can't even name them. And if you act right now, you'll receive completely free Favorite Pew Losers. 25 of your favorite poets rejected by the Pew Foundation. These are the poems that never made them famous. So fill your home with the voices of dead poets now. To order your collection, call 1-900-STEVE-WHO. That's 1-900-STEVE-WHO. Call today.
Those are our signature poems, but who are we anyway? Missy's going to tell you who she's not.
I am not the boss of you. Our landlord is too cheap to separate heat and hot water for each of us to regulate. Please turn up the heat, which I do with some disgust, not at you, but at the situation I find myself in, chief bitch and regulator. I can't stand it every time you wail that it is too cold. I will move from here as soon as I can. I don't care how high I jack it up. I am out of here. But what you don't realize is the rent will elevate proportionately with the previous season's heat, and whoever moves in here will be the boss of you.
And now she'll tell you who she is.
I am Aunt Missy. I am Aunt Missy. I can fit cuts and scrapes and crushed dreams, and I will always protect you because I can. And I will always love you because I am Aunt Missy. I am Aunt Missy. I will buy you everything when your parents say wait and see, and I will always play with you until I am dog-tired. Always listen and be fair, because I am Aunt Missy. I am Aunt Missy. I got this title at age 16 before I was ready, but I've grown into my role. I've learned to be the aunt, one who knows what you don't want for Christmas, who doesn't want to make you feel silly or embarrassed, but lets you be yourself. I am Aunt Missy. But I didn't get here without all of you, my nieces and nephews. So tell me what I can do for you, because I love you like you were my own.
Now Steve will tell you who he could have been.
There you go.
Castle Love. In my past life, I can see myself as the Casanova, the greatest cardinal lover ever, a jeweled cameo, a candy candlestick. I am the Chopin of charm, a concerto of skill, smooth as a fine claret, bubbling like champagne, collecting through the corridor of cleavage. I am a cadence, a potent chemical, the sparkling chandelier above the canopy. I am a chrysanthemum, a camellia, a flying carpet traveling through soft cotton canyons like a comet of Romeos. I am a castle of passion, a cotillion of technique, hot cider, melting curvaceous females like chocolate, blasting them with cinnamon. I